by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has expressed the commitment to bringing economic growth and stability in the country. The Federal Cabinet has approved trade framework agreement between Pakistan and the trade bloc of South American countries. The Finance Minister says economic indicators are heading in the right direction. Pakistan and the United States have agreed to enhance bilateral cooperation in diverse sectors. Israeli forces have martyred 11 Palestinians in the continued attacks on Jabalia refugee camp. Bangladesh won the second cricket test match against Pakistan by 6 wickets in Rawalpindi today, clinching the series 2-0. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has expressed the commitment to bringing economic growth and stability in the country. Chairing a meeting of the Federal Cabinet in Islamabad today, he said we have to provide productive employment and reduce expenditures in addition to shrinking the circular debt in gas and power sectors. He emphasized the need to advance in this direction with urgency. The Prime Minister also highlighted the need to control and eliminate evasion and corruption in revenue collection, as well as to end smuggling. He acknowledged that there is also seriousness and commitment towards this end, expressing the confidence that the country will achieve its destination. Shahbaz Sharif said requirements and conditionalities of the International Monetary Fund will be met on time and expressed the confidence that its board will approve Pakistan's loan program. He, however, said we should remember this will be the last IMF program and emphasized that the country will stand on its own feet. Shahbaz Sharif expressed satisfaction over the gradual reduction in the inflation rate. The Federal Cabinet gave ex post facto approval of the trade framework agreement between Pakistan and the trade bloc of South American countries called Mercosur. The trade bloc, comprising countries like Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay, is commonly referred to as the Southern Common Market. The Federal Cabinet also ratified the trade framework agreement. With regard to the framework agreement, the Prime Minister said South American countries can be a good market for Pakistani goods, but the Pakistani economy has not yet been able to reap the benefits of this market. He directed that all agreements and memoranda of understanding related to the economy should be expedited. The Cabinet also approved the signing of a bilateral political consultation memorandum of understanding between Albania's Ministry of Europe and Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Pakistan. Besides, the meeting also ratified the Convention on Privileges and Immunities of the Secretariat, its staff, and representatives of member states of the Conference on Interaction and Confidence Building Measures in Asia 2010. The Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb has said economic indicators are heading in the right direction. In his televised remarks today, he said upgradation of Pakistan's ranking by 2 international agencies is also a recognition of it. He pointed out that foreign exchange reserves stand over $9 billion, which are more than 2 months of import cover. Referring to the gradual reduction in inflation, he said it has now come down to a single digit. With this, he said the policy rate is also coming down, which will benefit all the sectors. He said all the sectors, including the wholesalers, distributors, and retailers, will have to contribute to the economy. The finance minister said results of enforcement and digitalization efforts will start appearing this month. He said 132 billion rupees of refunds have been paid to the exporters. The finance minister also affirmed that the size of the federal government will come down, expressing confidence that the International Monetary Fund Board will timely approve Pakistan's loan program. The finance minister said it will be made successful and last program. The American ambassador Donald Bloom called on the Deputy Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister Mohammad Asghar in Islamabad today. They discussed various aspects of Pakistan-US bilateral relations, including avenues for enhanced cooperation in diverse fields. They also discussed matters relating to the upcoming session of the United Nations General Assembly. This is Radio Pakistan. The Minister for Law and Justice, Azim Nazir Tadar, has said judicial reforms are the top priority of the present government. Speaking in the National Assembly today, he said the government is actively working on it over the last 5 months. Responding to a calling attention notice, the Minister for Water Resources, Musaddiq Malik, said under Green Pakistan initiative, a plan has been devised to bring the barren land in the country under cultivation and enhance per acre crop production. He pointed out that the Punjab and Sindh provinces have so far identified land for this scheme. The National Assembly today passed a resolution recommending the government to take immediate steps for the provision of state-of-the-art medical facilities in the federal capital hospitals and high-quality healthcare for all patients. It was moved by Alia Kamran. The House has now been adjourned to meet again tomorrow at 11 a.m. The Minister for Planning, Ehsan Iqbal, has stressed the need for capacity building of youth in advanced computing education. He expressed these views while chairing a committee meeting of the National Computing Education Accreditation Council in Islamabad today. He said the country needs to focus on teachers' training along with curriculum education. The Planning Minister emphasized the need to train teachers to improve the quality of education in line with modern-day requirements. The Minister for Privatization, Abdul Aleem Khan, has said hundreds of thousands of dollars can be earned by giving the status of industry to gems and stones. He made the remarks while chairing a meeting of the Prime Minister's Steering Committee on Gems and Stones in Islamabad. The minister said restructuring of this sector is the most important and problems will have to be solved on an emergency basis. He said the Prime Minister wants practical and clear progress in this sector in the next 6 months. Abdul Aleem Khan said all the relevant departments should work together and work out a consensus policy for gems and stones. He also constituted a subcommittee to formulate the government policy. The Israeli forces have martyred 11 Palestinians queuing at a bread seller's stand in front of the United Nations Relief and Work Agency school shelter in Gaza's Jabalia refugee camp. The Israeli army deliberately targeted this group of civilians. The martyrdom toll of Palestinians in the Israeli aggression since October 7 last year has now risen to over 40,700. Meanwhile, a retired Israeli General Itzhak Breish has said it is not Hamas that is collapsing but Israel. 3 international humanitarian groups have warned about the starvation crisis in Sudan. In a joint statement putting the responsibility on the world community, the Norwegian Refugee Council, the Danish Refugee Council and Mercy Corps said the international community is failing to address the immense hunger amid civil war in the country. The statement said people are dying of hunger every day, and yet the focus remains on semantic debates and legal definitions. Rival generals from the Sudanese Armed Forces and the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group have been locked in a brutal power struggle in Sudan since April last year. The bloody fighting has displaced more than 10 million people and killed thousands. And now cricket. Bangladesh won the second cricket test match against Pakistan by 6 wickets in Rawalpindi today, clinching the series 2-0. The final scores: Pakistan 274 and 172 runs, Bangladesh 262 and 185 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. And finally, the weather report. Hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain with wind and thunder showers is likely in Sindh, northeast and south Punjab and Kashmir. Heavy falls may also occur at a few places in southeastern Sindh during the period. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.